I love playing a little bit of air piano there. Welcome back to Crafters TV. It is a launch day, and it is a launch day that is going to go down in history. I know that you're going to love it because it is all on the memory book of things, and we have got something that is going to be a game changer. It is going to level up your memory book making. If you think you've seen memory books, you've not seen them like this yet. Don't forget as well, place any order between now and the end of Sunday that's over £30 or $30 after your Club Inspired discounts come off. We will give you an extra £5 or $5 off, which is absolutely incredible. I'm going to go through all the options for you in just a second. I'm not here on my own, of course I'm not. Sara is here with me. Sara, how are you? So excited for this launch today.
Oh, this is going to be absolutely huge. And I mean that actually quite literally, Joe. So, we've done loads of shows, haven't we? Where we do the gorgeous little memory albums, and I've made them for all the members of the family, and we've made them as gifts. Well, now we can supersize everything. Honestly, guys, so this launched on HSN as part of HSN's Craft Day, completely sold out before it even got to air. I launched this on Create and Craft this morning. It was absolutely crazy busy, and now it's time for us to literally have the 2 hours to do a deep dive. So if you're one of the customers who bought this on HSN or who bought it on Create and Craft this morning, already have yours home maybe, or you've ordered this and you're wanting to know about it, this is the 2 hours for us to take our time and look in detail, because it's all about supersizing. So for example, Joe, let's take a couple of these. Oh, here's one of the ones that I did, right? This is one of the gorgeous little memory books that I actually made live on Crafters TV. And they're wonderful, but they're just little, like, diddy little books. This was our one that I did for our Grace for her first birthday. This is me and my gorgeous little niece. Isn't she the most gorgeous little girl you've ever seen? And we did, like, little pictures, and we did the twist and pop, and we did the waterfall in here. Now, these are absolutely fabulous, okay? look at the waterfalls. I love them to make, Joe. But we've only ever been able to do them small, because we've only ever been able to do a 4-inch wide spine. Whereas what we can do now is we can take that, and we've gone supersized. So if I get this up, we've gone supersized to 8 inches with the spine. So this is your 8-inch spine, and this allows you to take it up the next level and do books at this size. So you can see the huge step up. It's double in size. And I mean, wait till I'm making these. I'm going to make a nice book for our Oliver today.
Oh,
so, yeah, I decided that he's going to keep his own lockdown diary. We did one last year, but I want him to keep it in a book. So I've printed some photos, and we're going to make a little lockdown diary that I can take home for him this weekend to fill in with all of his notes. But then I'm actually going to go even one step further, and I'm going to make a scrapbook today. I'm going to make one of these. So this is the next size again. So look at the 3 sizes. This is the one we've done in the past. This is the 8-inch. We can now do a 10-inch, right? Now the 10-inch, if I just show you, Joe, is huge, right? I'm calling the 8-inch the large, and I'm calling this 10-inch the extra large. Now I'll be really honest, the only people who can use the 10-inch are those of you that have ordered the Pro. So the 10-inch spine is 10.5 inches wide. So it will not fit through a regular die cutting machine. So everybody watching can get the 8-inch, because I'm assuming that all of you watching probably have at least the regular Gemini. So this will fit through your regular Gemini. The 10-inch will only fit through the Gemini Pro. So we've done them as 2 separate bundles, which Joe can talk you through. You get the one or both of the ones that is right for you. But I'll just quickly show you what we're going to be doing later in the show. We've got a whole 2 hours, guys. So I'm going to show you how to do the spine. We're going to learn how to do this. I'm then going to show you how we can glue all of our pages in perfectly. And then I've got loads of pictures that I've printed out of the kids. We're going to do things like the waterfall. So this is the little waterfall here with the kids. So I'm basically creating a scrapbook today, Joe, to remember this last 6 weeks while the kids have been homeschooled by the grandparents. So I thought it would be a lovely keepsake. I made one this morning on Create and Craft, and then I'm making another one this afternoon so that each set of grandparents can have a book to remind them of this precious time in their life where they stepped up and helped me out in a way that I could never manage without them, but also had this precious time with their kids, which they can look, they can have something to remember. Because I hate it, Joe, when our memories have to be this. We have to go onto our phone and flick through the photos. To me, we're craft people. This is how our memories should be preserved and restored. So this is what we're going to be doing today together. Whether it's the 10-inch or whether you want to do yourself the little 8-inch ones, I want to know, what is your occasion? What are you making memory albums for? So I had a lady email in this morning to Create and Craft. She's got a new granddaughter due on the 8th of March. I couldn't think of a better occasion to be doing a little memory album. Or Joe's got something over there. I'm on a diet at the moment, so is Joe. We're eating healthy, aren't we, Joe?
We are.
And it's all about your meal planning. So there's a nice meal planner over there. You could be making yourself a meal planner book, or a birthday book, or a diary like I'm going to do for our Oliver. I want your ideas on this show. That's the deal. I'll give you all the tuition and the education. You give me all the ideas, and we'll share them amongst everyone, so everyone's a winner. Sound like a good plan?
Sounds like a good plan to me. Get in touch with us in all the normal ways. Crafts TV if you're across over on Facebook. Crafts Companion, of course, if you are watching us on YouTube as well. I know also the original memory books were so incredibly popular when we launched them, and I know loads of you loved making them and gifting them. If you've got pictures of them that you'd like to share with us, the original ones, absolutely, we'd love to share those with you. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. The other great thing that I love about these new spines is that you don't have to buy a load of new other bits to go in them. The twist and pop, the purse, all those things that you already own for your original memory books, you can use in these memory books, which is fantastic. So it means that all of those accessories are going to be compatible. Now, it's up to you how you want to get hold of this. So you can go for this one just here if you want to, which is your 8-inch. Now the 8-inch is coming, as you can see, alongside the decadent edges as well, which has got 5 different elements in there too. So you get the 8-inch album spine, and you get the decadent edges as well, which is fantastic. This part here is those decadent edges, which is brilliant. Now, that's fantastic. So if you want to go for that, then absolutely you can. $39.99 becomes $31.99 as a Club Inspired Platinum member, and it means you can get your extra discount off of that as well. 10% of that one has sold out and gone. If you want to go for the 10-inch, absolutely you can. So you get the 10-inch spine die, which is this one just in here, and you've also got the decadent edges as well. That's going to go along with that. That's going to enable you to make all of those gorgeous frames there in the middle, which is fantastic. Really, really gorgeous. Make sure you grab hold of those. These ones, $54.99 or $59.95, becomes $43.99 or $47.96 if you want to grab those. Again, you'll be able to get an extra £5 or $5 off, no matter where you are in the club, because you are, of course, going to get the extra because you're spending over £30 or $30. Now, we mentioned the Pro. We do have the Pro available. It is on an extended dispatch. It will be dispatched to you on or around the 29th of March. It's an incredible machine. We're going to talk about this loads as we go through this show. Platinum members can get hold of this for £359 or $399 if you really do want to be a professional crafter. Then I think this is the machine for you. So excited to hear all your ideas. Mariah's in, I can see Melissa's here, Cindy, Lesbie's already ordered, J'Souza's in, Carol, Pamela's ordered, Sian's already got hers as well. Loads of you. Oh, Monica says I look dapper, thank you. And Monica also says beautiful top, Sara. Lots of people ordered this already. We've got to say a huge congratulations to Devaney, Sara. Her first grandchild was born this morning at 5:45. Oh, how amazing.
Oh, you would make my day if you had a picture. Have you had any pictures yet? Because I would love to see that.
Oh, yes, please.
Huge congratulations. Right, you absolutely need to be making a book. I want to know, Devaney, what your album's going to look like. Are you planning to do the big one or the small one? You need to be getting cracking.
Perfect. Right, get your suggestions, comments, questions into me, pictures of your previous memory books as well. But I know Sara has got loads that she wants to get through in this show. I'm so excited to see what people do with these, Sara.
Come on then, I'm going to get started. I'm going to start and do a little quick one first to give everyone time to get in, and then I'll do my the big 10 by 10. I have to say as well, my boys are watching. I've just had a photo from them. So boys, we'll do yours in about half an hour. I'm making this for Gran and Grandad. They're at Gran and Grandad's house today. So we'll make this for them a little bit later in the show. I'm going to give everyone time to get logged on and watch the show. But in the meantime, I'm going to do one of the smaller 8 by 8 ones, okay? So here we go. The 8 by 8 spine. So the 8 by 8 spine, let me give you the exact size, comes in at just over 8¼ inches square, right? So this is going to fit onto your regular Gemini plate. Won't fit in your Gemini Junior, it's too wide, but if I just show you this on a regular Gemini plate, you can see how it fits on there, right? So I've got my Pro out though, because I'm going to be doing some of the larger ones as well. So I'm just using a little bit of the Centura Pearl here, Joe, and I'm going to get a little bit of that tape and then hold it in place. Now, there's no particular weight of cardstock, Joe, that you need to do. Sorry, I'm just going to lean over and get all these plates from there, right? It is a bit of a beast on the way there. There's no particular weight of cardstock you want to use, but I would say the thicker the cardstock, the more weight, like look at this one here, right? So Karen, who's made this, and I have to just say, this is like one of the most gorgeous albums I've ever seen. And she's used mount board around the outside.
I love that.
So she's used a nice heavyweight cardstock to actually make this, and then she's used the mount board around the outside, and then double layered the pages to make them really strong. I'll teach you how to do this, okay? So we've got, I'll pop that to one place. Do you want a little tip, Joe? Right?
Oh, always.
So get yourself another sheet of cardstock. I'll just take a little bit of brown cardstock and put this underneath, right?
Okay.
And what it'll do is it'll just put a little bit more pressure onto the die, which will just, because Centura Pearl is quite thick anyway, it's just going to give them score lines a little bit more bite, right? I don't usually advocate, if you're doing score lines, putting in an extra sheet, but it would be really good to add that extra sheet in, just if you want an extra little bit of bite.
Is that like 310 GSM, the Centura Pearl?
It is. It's rich.
I'm learning, it's getting there, you see.
Ah, he knows his stuff.
It's only taken me a year.
Right, so here we go. I've sent this through, and then when I take this out, you can see that is just basically, it's taken the cut okay, but it's just taken the extra off the score lines, because what I actually want is this one here, where these score lines are now, look at how nice and crisp these are,
Oh,
right?
perfect.
That's what you want to do. So all I'm going to do, Joe, is just fold and crease all of these score lines.
Beautiful. Teresa says, making a memory album for my cousin and brother of our grandmother, who recently passed. She was 96 years young, full of life and love, making these for Christmas. Oh, that is so lovely, Teresa. Sending you lots of love. Liz says, the big spine's just arrived and I'm making a memory book for my husband Steve's 60th birthday on the 11th of March. We'd love to see how you're getting on with that, Liz.
Yes, the work in progress
Yeah,
shot.
Absolutely. We'll also, morning, Sara and Joe says, Dale, I'm going to scrapbook my wedding from last September. It was a COVID wedding. I put it off because all of the spectacular card making dies, but now time to scrap. I bet lots of people are some people are having their second lockdown birthdays at the moment, you know, Sara.
No.
But yeah, lots of, definitely make memories. Donna says, awesome, I love scrapbooks, so I'm wanting to get back into it. This is going to inspire me.
I've heard that from a lot of people, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been really into scrapbooking. Just, there's just been nothing out in the scrapbooking world for a long time.
Ange says, I love the concept of the small precious memory collection, but they were a little too small for me. The 10-inch spine, I think, will be what pushes me over at the edge into getting the Pro. Yeah. Now, if you need the 10-inch spine to justify getting the Pro, I'm all right with you doing that, Ange. So I'm okay with that, if you're okay with that. Deb says, can you extend the length of the spines, Sara? That's a question that's coming in already.
Right, so not really, no. You can extend the width, you can put a couple of them back to back, but you can't extend the length, which is why we've done the 10, an 8-inch and a 10-inch.
Cool.
And 10 inches as big as we can go, really, because to do a 10-inch, you need 10.5-inch die and 10.5-inch paper. So that's why you know, because a lot of people say, well, why wouldn't you do a 12 by 12? Well, the problem is we couldn't. We could only do, the biggest we could kind of fit in the Pro would be an 11.5 by 11.5. So we thought, do you know, let's go 10 by 10, because that's quite a good size book. And if you guys want it, you let us know and we'll make you an 11.5 by 11.5. Now, can you see what I'm doing, Joe, right? I've just been folding these both ways and giving it a nice little bit of a crease as we've been going. You kind of don't need to watch me do too much folding, do you know? I've got half of it done. I've got one here if you want that I've already folded, yeah?
Do we need to worry about that sort of getting wrinkly or crease that back part? Are we going to see that bit, Sarah?
No, you won't at all. We can cover all of this over if you want. We'll see when it comes together. This one here, I've done all of the folding, and I just like to fold each crease line forwards and backwards. And you see what I'm doing? I'm using this, the side part of my tool here, and it's absolutely brilliant for giving those nice kind of crisp folds. So in your 8 by 8 one, which is this one, you're going to get 4 leaves. So can you see 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves in there that we're going to be able to put papers into. Watch what we're going to do, Joe. Your tape pen is perfectly adequate for this, okay? So I just want you, can you see where we've got the little crosses on here? I'll probably see if we can get a little bit closer so you can see them. So can you see we've got these here? I'm going to put tape pen all the way in those channels, Joe, over top of where we've got the crosses.
Oh, so super simple. You just got X marks the spot.
X marks the spot, best way to look at it, right? Then if I just crease over them there, right? What that's done is that's stuck that part there together, right? And again, that then becomes the tab that we're going to put the pages on. Now, as I said, I think the kids are watching, Joe, and our Oliver, I'm just going to warn you, son, this is what I was telling you about yesterday. I'm going to make the book so that I'll do the book, and then I want him, I'm going to put the photos in, I want him to do some writing in it, Joe, is what I want.
We've actually got a picture of them watching very attentively. Which grandparents are they at today?
Oh, they're with Gran and Granda. We have a Nana and Granda, which is my mum and dad, and a Gran and Granda, which is Simon's mum and dad. So they're at Simon's mum and dad. Val will be loving this because Val likes any excuse to watch a bit of Crafters TV and doesn't generally get a look in Val the TV when the kids are there.
Val was looking very glamorous in our Instant Desk new video that was on yesterday. Which I said she was an absolute glamazon on that. I thought she looked fabulous in that video.
Who saw the video last night on the HSN preview? And yes, got to saw our glamorous model Val who got drafted in for the video. Right, here we go. So I've got all of these stuck into place there, Joe. And then when I open these, do you want to have a little look at the kids, by the way?
Yeah, let's have a look at them watching attentively.
Yeah, just while I stick all this down.
Here they are.
Oh, they've caught me at such a wonderful moment there. I'm so grateful.
You look like you're just about to catch a. You look like you're just about to catch a beach ball.
Yeah, I'm just. Should we try it? Right. So. Was that?
It was the other side, but I don't want to split hairs.
It's not the best look anyway.
Hello, boys. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully, I'll get to see them soon.
Oh, do you know, they probably got fed up. They probably watched the first 10 minutes of the show and been like, well, where's the pictures of us? We're not watching anymore. You know, they always think if they haven't sent a picture, they want to see the picture straight away. So, right, here we go. So can you see, I've now got the 4 leaves ready to go, Joe, right? It all makes sense. So that it's going to be the outside of the album. Now, I don't actually mind the look. Obviously, I'm going to have to rub a little bit of where I've got my tape pen on there. So I can just rub all the excess adhesive off the side there. But it's up to you if you want it like that, or, as you can see we've done here, you can cover it. So this one was one of Karen's, and she covered it with a beautiful embossed panel. When I did the little mini one, I did another, can you see, you can see where the edge is there. So you can see on that part there, that's where all the folds are, and we just stuck another piece of cardstock over the edge. So you can either do that if you want to cover it all over, or this one here so you can see the option. I quite like it when you can see the side of the book. And if you wanted, so you've got four sleeves. If you wanted, you could always stick 2 of it. If you wanted more pages, you could stick 2 or 3 of these.
Oh, well, that's actually what Deb Rich was asking on YouTube. Can you double them up so you stick 2 sets of spines back to back, so double the amount of pages? So yes, you can.
Totally. You can absolutely add as many pages as you want. Right, talking about adding pages, do you want me to show you how we can add the 2 covers, right?
Yes, please.
So let's have a little look. I'm going to get my covers out here. I've kind of done the covers because this is a bit that you don't need to watch me doing, right?
Ange says she uses recycled cereal boxes for the covers.
Perfect.
Great idea. Something you're just going to throw away. A couple of layers of those. Bob's your uncle, as we say over here.
That's the way to do it. Bob's your uncle indeed. Right, so watch it. Again, I'm just using the tape pen, Joe. And what I'm going to do is, you've got that line there. So I just want to stick it right up to that first kind of line. All right, so we're up to there. We're lying that down. Let's have a little look, Joe. It's a little bit hard when everything's white. There we go. So we stick that onto place there. There's the front cover of our book. So this is going to be Oliver's little book, okay? I know there's going to be so much trouble when I get home because Charlie's going to be like, where's Charlie's book?
Charlie not got one?
So, no, I just made one for Oliver because Oliver has been keeping a diary so he can write, he has to do a diary for school.
Right.
Whereas Charlie's only in nursery, so he doesn't have to do a diary for school yet. But you know what? I'm probably going to have to make Charlie one this weekend.
Still in year blast off?
He's still in year blast off. We love that. He calls it year blast off because Oliver was in year 1, he's in year 2 now. The next one before that was reception, so that was year 0. So he said one day, does that mean I'm in blast off, Mummy? So he calls it year blast off.
So cute.
Right, so there's the front and back covers. Can we just appreciate, folks, for all I'd already done the matting and layering on the front, we've actually just made a book there in what? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
10 minutes? Right. Let's come to put the pages in, right? So I've got a couple of these pages and I've just done them. So here we go. Oliver's Lockdown Diary 2021, right? So I've got the first page there and then I've done another one that we can kind of go behind it, right? So I've got 2 of them that I'm going to stick back to back.
Fabulous.
So what we do is we're just going to put tape down here. Can you see? Tape goes down here like this, Joe. I'll get ready to put this where the first page is, right? And then that sticks down here like this.
Fabulous.
And then you put the tape on the back of here, right? And then you're going to bring in that second page. And the second page, again, will go up to that line. Get that ready. And that whole thing is going to stick together, right? So we've got them 2 pages. And then these 2 here basically just need to stick together. So what I think I'll do for that, Joe, is I'm just going to use a little bit of my all-purpose and I'm just going to glue this all together. Right?
Fabulous.
So that we get there. So I've just kind of lifted that apart.
All right. Terry Dunnington says, I'll be making a memory book for my grandson who graduates this year. How exciting is that? Deb says, I'll be making a baby album. Get this though, Sara, for her 38-year-old son.
Oh, well, do you know, 38 years later is better late than never, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is as well. Carol Willing says, will the 8-inch ones fit through the Junior? No, it's for your Gemini, standard size Gemini, isn't it, the 8-inch?
Yes.
And then the
small one, the 4-inch will fit through the Junior.
Perfect.
The 8-inch will go through the Gemini, and then if you want to go even bigger still, you need to go to the Pro.
Okie doke. Amy Smithson McDonald makes a great point. She said, I have so many paper pads and I don't really like to cut into them for small pieces, Sara, because they're so beautiful. This is great because making these albums will showcase the papers and the photos where I can't bear myself to cover over the pretty patterns. I think that's a really great point.
Brilliant point. And do you know what? A lot of the scrapbook papers, the papers are so beautiful. You only need a couple of your pages on there. You know, you only need a couple of photos on each page. And I've got one of those photo printers, Joe. You know, one of the ones that does, you can print out your own 6x4 photos. and it, you know, they print out instantly. This is how I can do all these memory albums so easily, because I just print them all out at home. You know, before that, I used to have to send my pictures off to, you know, or go, you either used to send them off on the internet, or I used to have to go to the supermarket, and it's just such a hassle, whereas I was doing so many of these little memory albums that all I was doing is I just ended up buying one of them printers. They're about £100. I can tell you who's always got them on, folks. HSN.
Oh, really?
HSN have always got them on craft days. So let's have a little look. I'm going to just line this up. All I'm going to do, Joe, is add these couple of pages in. I've got 2 more, and then we'll be ready to go.
Now, I just want to remind you of the 2 different options that you can go for with these. So you've got the 8-inch album, which is a really, really busy on this. Let me just share with you exactly what you're getting in here. I need to let you know already 20% has gone. So you're going to get the spine die itself and then the extra dies as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And you're going to be able to create really lovely, gorgeous, big 8-inch memory books. They are absolutely wonderful. If you love the original size, you're going to love this. I'll take you through it in more details. I need to let you know that 1/5 of the stock has gone. We are only 25 minutes into the show. It's very, very busy out there at the moment. So remember, you will qualify, even if you're a platinum member, you will qualify for the extra £5 or $5 off, because you will be spending over £30 or $30. You've also got the option then to go for the 10-inch spine as well. When you go for that one, this is the borders that you get with it as well. So you get the opulent edges collection with that as well, which is fantastic. $54.99 or $59.95. If you are a platinum member, $43.99 or $47.96. You will get the extra £5 or $5 off on top of that, no matter where you are in the club. And also 1/5 of the stock of this one has now sold out and gone as well. And I just love this one. I think if maybe you were looking for an excuse to upgrade to the Gemini Pro, then maybe this is going to be it, because I love how you can fit so many of the different design pieces. I love how you can get like 2 of them on each page at least. Room for, you know, to have at least 6 maybe or 8 pictures in here as well. It is absolutely fantastic. So much in there, so much you're going to absolutely love crafting with as well. And I think so. We live in an age, don't we, where so many of us just have, as you were saying earlier, photos on our phones. We take hundreds and hundreds of photos, we show people on our phones, then we run out of storage, so we end up just deleting the load off, and they never come out. Whereas back in the day it was all photo albums, wasn't it? We were really good at like doing something with them.
And then what are you going to put in the loft in a box that 2 generations are going to find later? Are you going to put your old iPhone that probably won't even switch on? No, you're going to put something like this. You know, my mum spent loads of time during lockdown going through all my nana's old boxes of photographs. This is what you're doing. You're just putting them in a way that they can be absolutely treasured. Now, all I've done is I've stuck those 4 pages. So can you see all 4 pages? And each time I've stuck the 2 over the edge. So I've ended up now with a full spine there. Now, I'm quite happy with that spine like that. If you weren't, you could always cut just a piece of cardstock out, and the piece of cardstock just sticks over the edge, like what we've done with this one here, with the little mini one, where you've got the pages in there and it just sticks over the edge. And to me, that is absolutely incredible. Oliver's Lockdown Diary 2021. And then all I'm going to do, Joe, is I've just got some of the photos of the kids and what they've been up to, and I've printed a load of them out. So here he was at Gran and Grandad's house doing his sums the other day. And then I've got some, let's have a look at the couple of little ones here. Oh, here's where my sister comes. My sister does a Thursday. She teaches them on a Thursday what they're doing. Oh, here's the kids when they came in the other day. Oh, this is lovely. This is when he went and did an art class online with my mum. I mean, look at this. I'm literally bringing the memories to life right in front of you, Joe. Let's have a look. I'm going to use the dotty tape pens in case I don't like where I put any of these. And I'm just getting these into place so that I can now take this home, and our Oliver can then add into his own bits of how he remembers it himself. And I haven't left you too much space, son, so you don't have to do too much writing, don't worry. But I thought, look, you can just make a little note there. You know, I used to do my sums at Gran and Grandad's house, and I used to get a word search every week, and You know, this is when Nana came round and we learned how to do all of the drawing. And I just think how wonderful to have this little book that has taken me a matter of minutes to make, Joe, but will be treasured in our family for, and this is no exaggeration, for generations.
Absolutely. And it's such a precious time, isn't it, when they're this sort of age as well? So it really is great to be able to document that. Deb says, I had a baby elephant adopted for me at Christmas. I'm going to make an album for all of the water pictures and write-ups that I get sent monthly. That sounds like an amazing idea.
I think that's a great idea.
Rhonda says, are you using mount board for all of the pages or just the spine here, Sara?
I actually haven't used any mount board at all on this one.
No.
I've just used, so on the back cover, I matted and laid 3 times so that it's really strong. And then with each of these, I did the black. I'm going to teach you how to do the page edges later, but I did the black and then a layer of white. So it was 2-layer pages, and then I doubled them up on both sides so that, did you notice as well, I sandwiched them in between the middle with the tape on.
Perfect.
So it's just, the thing is, if this is something, like I know this will be kept in our family probably for years and years. I'm not kidding, Joe, when I say they could be kept for generations. So to me, it's worth using, you know, really great quality. Do things that are a little bit thicker to start with, and then also you're going to have, you know, they're just going to last really, really well.
The black cardstock here, is that just our standard matte black cardstock
Just
you're
our
using?
standard matte black cardstock.
Fantastic. Yep. How do you prevent the paper from rippling at the folds? Jodie is asking. I think, does she mean the spine, which we talked about covering if you wanted to?
Yep. So, like I said, I'm quite happy with how my spine looks, but you can always stick that little bit of cardstock over the top if you want to do that.
Brilliant. So great to have that. Cara says, guess she's buying the Gemini Daddy now so she can use this. Pam's got, wait for this, 6,653 photos in her phone, Sara.
That sounds like Nana Sue's phone. That sounds like my
mine's a bit
phone
like
there.
that as well.
Ridiculous.
I think I've got about 2,500, 3,000 maybe on mine. I definitely need to get them off and do something with them. Sarah says, if you want to, could you decorate the pages first and then stick them into the book, Sara?
Yep, I have absolutely got some pages where I've done that, and I've decorated the pages, and when we come on to do my next book next, you'll see that I'm just going to add some of the ready done pages straight into there.
Fabulous. So yeah, you've got all the options when it comes to doing that. Very busy across both sizes. Details on your screen for the 8-inch album, as you can see at the moment. Platinum members, you will get that for $31.99 or $36.76, but you won't, will you? Because you're going to get another £5 or $5 off of that as well. That's fabulous and comes together so quickly, Sara.
Didn't it? And it's just perfect for him to be able to write on now. Maybe these are your grandchildren, you know, and you are sitting at home thinking, do you know what? I'm going to make a book for them like this and send it in the post so that they can do all of their own writing into the inside. Or, Joe, maybe you've got a small business and you're wanting to make the actual book themselves and then personalise it and send it so people put their own photos in and do their own writing. I mean, how much could you charge, those of you that are running small businesses, how much could you charge for a blank book like this? You know, £15, £20 easily.
Absolutely. Fantastic value is what you are looking at. And I think the thing is you are going to make something that is going to last you a lifetime. Of the 8-inch version, with details of which are on your screen, a quarter of the stock has sold out and gone already. Doesn't take into account everyone's in the ordering process at the moment. So do make sure you grab hold of it. Now, remember, the great thing about this is I love that when we really do think about what the products that you're already going to own. So when we've bought the new spines out, what we've made sure is that you can still use all the precious memories sort of inside bits that you already had in your book. So if you've already got the twist and pop, you've already got the waterfall, all of those different things, you're going to be using those in the 8-inch and also in the 10-inch spines. If you're new though to precious memories and you want to start your journey with the 8-inch or the 10-inch, absolutely you can dive right in. What you then might want to go for though is some of these. So what I've got here is a lovely little multi-buy for you on the tabbed page and purse card, which is this one here. So you can see it makes these gorgeous little purses, and these are wonderful for putting little gift cards into, maybe little notelets in there as well, and you get all the little embellishing dies that you need to create all of these items that you can see here as well. Absolutely gorgeous. It's going to work perfectly in your precious memories. There's two that are my favourite, this being one of them, the Waterfall. I think this is absolutely fantastic because what you can do is you can pop all of your different pictures on the different leaves here and it pops down like so. This is also the one that you can do the sealed messages with as well because it gives you the perforation to be able to make a tear line as well. So think about using that. You can get both of those together today for £38 or £30 as a platinum member, £30.40, or $51 in the US, that becomes $40.80 as a platinum member. If you already own these, or you already own the previous precious memory elements of which these are, then absolutely you're going to be able to use those. Now, maybe you've only got the Gemini Junior and you didn't invest previously when we bought the precious memories to you, and you're thinking, Joel, I'd love to go, but I'm just not in the position where I want to upgrade my machine at the moment. Have you got something I can use with the Junior? Absolutely, we have. This is the precious memory spine. This is the original. It was incredibly popular when we launched it, and if you want to go for that, absolutely you can. It is available right now on the show for you. £17 or $27. These have all got a great discount on them, by the way. They are 30% off, which is fantastic. We've also got this one here, which is the frames and accessories for you. This is all about giving you lots of sentiments. You've got lots of different shapes in here. I love this. This one here is super cute, like a little Polaroid photo here. I do need to let you know though, oh no, it's sold out. I was about to tell you it was limited stock when in fact it has sold out and gone. Congratulations if you got your hands on that one. The other one we've got for you as well is this one here, which is the mini card and envelope. Now, this is fantastic again because it creates this gorgeous little envelope. You can also use, if you went for the other one that has the perforation, you can use that with the mini envelope as well. Love these flourishes, love the plaques on here, love these borders too, as well as the keys. You've got absolutely everything you need. Love these little straps on here, and you've got them in the plain or you've got them in the stitched edge detail there for you as well. Absolutely gorgeous, that one. Do go for that if you want it. £20 or $27, a fantastic 30% discount for you on that one. Now, a lot of you chatting away in the comments, a lot of questions about the Pro. Now, we do have the Pro on the show for you. I'm going to give you the details because it is on a extended dispatch of the 29th. Now, once this current stock that we have sells out, I don't know how long you're going to need to wait. It's going to be a while. $359.20 if you're in the UK as a platinum member, $399.96 for platinum members across in the US. Now, a lot of you are asking about it, so what I'm going to do is share with you all of the fantastic features of the Gemini Pro.
Supersize your die cutting and embossing potential with the Gemini Pro. With a huge 12x12 cutting platform as standard, this machine is perfect, not only for larger projects and batch making, but also for cutting all elements, mats and layers for your smaller projects in one pass too. The machine is capable of cutting through all sorts of materials, including card, craft metal, leather, wood, felt, and multiple layers of fabric. The power, pressure and performance that you've come to expect from the Gemini family of electronic die cutting machines has been enhanced to the next level. It's been engineered for superb edge-to-edge cutting of up to 12x18 size materials with perfect results every time. In the box, along with your Gemini Pro machine, you'll receive 2 clear cutting plates, a rubber embossing mat, a magnetic shim, plastic shim and metal shim, all 12x12, power cord, plus of course your comprehensive instruction booklet that will guide you through the plate combinations you need for your different dies and embossing folders. Larger 12x18 plates are also available separately to boost your creativity even further. So, whether you're a card maker, scrapbooker, create paper or fabric embellishments, table decorations, wedding stationery or keepsake gifts, to name but a few, this machine will revolutionise your crafting experience.
I just think it's awesome. I think it's going to really elevate your craft to the next level. I was actually thinking about Jan and Ravello when I saw these earlier, Sara, because Jan, her husband, conducts weddings for people that go out to the Amalfi Coast and want to get married, because Ravello's got this gorgeous church. You know the one we sat outside and had a little glass of Prosecco at? Well, she makes memory books for couples that are getting married, and then she sells them basically onto them. And I know what she can get for the regular ones. I'm just thinking, what's she going to be able to get for these 8-inch or 10-inch memory books. I mean, they're going to be absolutely awesome, aren't they?
Well, I'm just going to show you the size again, right? So a lot of you have been doing these. We've sold thousands and thousands of precious memory albums. That will allow you to make something at 4 inches, right? The difference is now we're stepping up to 8 inches. So they double the size. And you know what? Something like this, I think, for a baby's first year, and this is all just papers that you can, you know, pay for downloads, for example, from the internet. Some of our gorgeous dies, print out these and add them in. You know, it doesn't have to be anything spectacular or complicated, and they just look absolutely out of this world. We've designed it so that all of you, the precious memories, your twists and pops, your waterfalls, everything like that, are all going to work at this larger size. And then if you want to take it, look at these, I think these are lovely, they put more photographs in. Then if you want to take it the next level again, the next size up again, so that's your 8 inch, this was your 4 inch, which is what we've been able to do in the past. This is now where you're taking it. So you're taking it up to the 10 inches. So you're going right up to the full size now. And it just shows you the kind of step up and how we can get there. It's all three of it. It's like when we have the pros, the Gemini. We've got the little Gemini Junior, we've got the regular Gemini, and we've got the Pro. This one will fit through your Gemini Junior. This one will fit through your regular Gemini. Big one, you need the Pro. And I know a lot of people who've been sitting on the fence on that Pro this week have all of a sudden fallen off the fence on the right side, getting that Pro.
When do you think, I mean,
this.
I know we're coming towards the last of stock of the Pro on the 29th of March extended dispatch, Sarah. How long do you think it's going to, I mean, it's like asking you how long's a piece of string. Obviously, we're going to restock it, aren't we? But am I right in thinking it's going to be a little while before we actually get that back?
I will explain to you exactly what the situation is, okay? Everything that we had has all been shipped over here now, okay? We have had to, we basically brought 6 months worth of stock in. We bought 6 months worth of stock. When Joe's saying 75% of our stock's gone, that is of our 6 months worth of stock. It is on the verge of selling out on Crate and Craft. We've had to stop everybody else from being allowed it. We will have literally handfuls of the Pros left. You will see the promotion with the 500 bonus points, all of that will absolutely be stopping. There'll be none of that. We'll have a handful of machines left. And then once they're gone, well, it's probably going to be about 6 months by the time we put the order in. They take a long time to manufacture and we get them sent over. So if you've been sitting on the fence about it and you're thinking about it, I'm just going to tell you, you've pretty much got till the end of this weekend and then you've got to make your mind up.
6 months of stock, worth of stock. Well, based on that then, 4.5 months worth of stock has gone in 4 days.
Yeah, there
Gives you some idea. I've got to pre-apologise for this hair again today, Sarah. I mean, it's got a life of its own. I mean, I think I just saw something fly out of it a little earlier. I mean, what is going on with this?
I love it. I like it a little bit longer like that.
It's just such a mess. Jodie Simonetti says, I was in a craft store and an 8-inch binder kit, bearing in mind it makes one binder, Sarah,
yeah.
$45.
No way.
Yeah, $45.
What always used to annoy me, so obviously scrapbooking was much bigger over in America than what it is than what it ever was here in the UK. And when I would go over to America and I would go into Michael's or Joann's, you know, you're talking 10, 15 years ago when I first got into this, there would be like 2 aisles of just blank empty scrapbooks that you would pay like $25 a go for an empty scrapbook to put your pages in. And I'm thinking, hang on, you now make this for the cost of 1 sheet of 12 by 12 paper. Pennies to make each one. Well, sorry, that makes the spine. Then you need 2 more pages to do your outer covers. So to do exactly the same thing that was costing like $25 is the cost of 3 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. You can do any colour, you can do any pattern, you can do any design. The world's your oyster, and it costs a fraction of what it should be doing. We're just basically we're not paying somebody else to do all of that now. We're making our own memory albums. That is the future.
Awesome. Alejandra said, could you add more pages? I'm thinking a yearly planner. Yeah, we did touch on that earlier. Absolutely. You can stick them back to back, which is fantastic. Now, I did say a lot of you have already got the precious memories, the smaller sizes, and have made some gorgeous, gorgeous things. I would love to see pictures of them. And that's what you've been doing. If you want to continue to send me your pictures, you can. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. But Kathy has sent this one in to us. It's a work in progress, this one, but it's looking like it's going to be fabulous, Sarah.
Now I'm loving that Kathy is feeling inspired. She's got it out. She's crafting along with us at the same time. This is the outside. Have a little look at Kathy's from the inside, folks, as well. It looks amazing. There you go. And I love how she's doing those shaped page edges. I'm going to teach you that as part of the next technique.
Awesome. The gorgeous Stephanie Theodos has sent this one in for us. Love that twist and pop she's done.
Oh, Stephanie, do you know, now that was for her daughter's 40th birthday. Stephanie, I think that is absolutely good. And how amazing is that, something that she will be able to treasure. I love that idea with the twist and pop in the little circle. That's fabulous.
Really lovely. Terry, she's been off to create a Christmas album. That looks like a flying sleigh to me, Sarah.
It does look like a flying sleigh. We don't get those sort of parades here in the UK. Terry, that looks absolutely gorgeous. And how wonderful to be able... The thing is, you can... I don't know about you, but I used to reserve scrapbooks for only like really big occasions, like someone turning 21 or someone getting married. Whereas this, you can make one of these, you know, for Christmas, or like I've just done for the last couple of weeks of lockdown. Why not make something special? Because it costs pennies, it takes no time at all, and it is something that whoever you're making this for is going to absolutely treasure it. Well, I hope so. I'm making ours for the grandparents. They better be treasuring it, I can tell you now.
They will indeed. Remember, if you're going for that Pro, 359.20 as a platinum member in the UK, 399.96 as a platinum member in the US. We are going to focus now on the 10-inch memory book, which is, I mean, it's just such a gorgeous, big, substantial size, isn't it? Which is fantastic. So you can see here, you've got so much room to pop all of your elements in. I love these secret compartments, Sarah. They're so cool. Look at that. I mean, you got 4 pictures on there. You could easily get 6 or 7 pictures on one page with this. You've got your different twisty compartments here as well. Those gorgeous twist and pop, which are so effective. Clips as well. If you want to pop clips in there to hold your photos, you can. These purses are absolutely awesome. If you've got magnets, they are also so fantastic for holding them together. You're just going to find so many different uses. You're going to really be able to go out and looking through all of your different papers as well. Love that waterfall. It's absolutely brilliant. I also love as well that we've made this compatible with the previous precious memory elements you've already got, Sarah. So we're not asking people to go out and invest again in all the bits that go inside. You've already got that. You already love those bits. This is like really expanding your precious memories that you already own and love to the next level, isn't it?
Exactly. You've got the waterfall, the twist and pop, the opening book, all of that you've got. You just need to upgrade your 4-inch spine to have the options of working in 4 inches, 8 inches or 10 inches. And then what we have done is we've taken it that next level by adding these corner pieces on. And what they do is they give you the fabulous edges on their jaw. So those are your 10-inch ones. And then these ones here are your... I can never get these open easily. And these ones here are your... Oh, crikey, here we go. 8-inch ones. There we go. So these do all of the 8-inch edge pieces. So you see that on the corners of these books, for example. Look at this one here. I absolutely love how they've got like that lovely square bracket to go on them. Or they've got the rounded edge on there as an option. All these different ones that you could be kind of working with. Or you might just want to do one where, for example, like this 8x8 book here, they're all done with that edging. I think it looks really nice when they've all got the same kind of edging as well, whichever you prefer to work with, okay? Now, we're going to do the 10-inch album spine, and I'm going to make that lovely book for the grandparents that I plan to do today. So I've got my larger one.
Would go really well with your fancy nesting dies, these as well, wouldn't they? These edges. There's a lot of nesting dies in our range, especially the fancy edge ones that are very similar to those page ends, which I think means you could really mix and match them well.
Any of your edgeables are going to work an absolute treat. Now, for the actual spine, these are lovely here, okay? So if you want to just work with, I like these because they're double-sided pearl cardstock. So this is from the Caring Thoughts collection. And you can see this here. So this die, for anyone who didn't join us at the beginning of the show, this is basically 10.5 inches wide. So it's going to be too large to fit through your regular Gemini. So this is one of the ones that you need the Pro for. So only people who've got the Pro or are getting the Pro should be getting the 10-inch spine. The 8-inch spine, that's for everybody. Everybody who's got a regular Gemini on there, okay? So I'm just going to make that sandwich up regularly, Joe. send it through the Pro. And when I've been saying that we have a roadmap of products that are going to be releasing that work with the Pro, these are the sort of things I was talking about. So being able to supersize the memory albums, being able to supersize our jigsaw dies, and you do need the pressure that the Pro has as well as that larger space to kind of cut within. Now, once you get to this stage, I should have followed my own rules, shouldn't I? Can you remember what tip I gave everybody last time?
You didn't put the brown card,
I said put another piece of card behind, and it just makes these a little bit easier to fold in. Now, I mean, to be honest, it's not difficult. I'm just trying to, you know, save myself a little bit of time. But watch this. You're just folding these over and then creasing each one of these fold lines. Now, what I always like to do, Jo, is I just like to fold them all, first of all, away from themselves, right? So I'm folding all of them that same kind of direction away from itself. And then once I've folded them all away from itself, I then fold them all towards themselves as well. And just make sure you do, before you go gung-ho like I was there, that you are making sure you've got it exactly into place like this. So fold them all one way, and then also the other way as well. Now what I've done, Jo, to save a little bit of time, is I've got one that I did, actually I just did it just before you and I started the show. I did a nice cream one. So that's going to be my pink one. I'll fold that one up in a few minutes. But I did a one here in the cream where I'd folded all of the cream one together. Same from the Precious Memory album, and I've just done all of that folding, right?
Awesome.
And once you've done that, all I want you to do is just make sure all these ones where the two crosses are together, you give it a really nice fold and bend together like that. So 1, 2, third one here, right? The great thing with the 10 inches, because it's bigger, it's got more structural integrity. So what we've done with the additional structural integrity is we've actually put an extra page in. So the 10 inch has got 5 pages in here to go with that extra, because it's nice and structurally sound. Then, if you missed the demo earlier on, now I know we've got a few hundred more people watching, can you see on here, these have got little crosses on, right? I'll let you get nice and up close. And what I do is I put tape on both sides of here, and this is, you'll find they'll stick together better if you stick tape to tape. So I've got plenty of tape on there. Then I just push these two together, right? Give it a nice crease all over that edge there, Jo. And that is what is giving me that first page in the book, right? So there's the first one. And then I'm going to do exactly the same, tape all the way down, and we're going to stick into place that second one as well.
Fantastic. Lots of you chatting away still. Lots of questions coming through as well, which we love. So someone was suggesting lots of talk about leather, but also someone was talking about faux leather. I know you can get leather paper as well, can't you, Sara, out there? Do you think that they would work? I'm not sure. Would leather work with these dies?
Yeah, so what I would do, Jo, is I would actually, I would make my spine out of cardstock like this, okay? And then I would cover the page in leather. Or, you know, if you use your faux leather and you could do a little bit of foiling and embossing onto it, you need the strength to hold the pages in place.
Yep.
But then if you cover, now if you go one step further and you did a bit of mount board and you covered your mount board with a little bit of the leather, how fabulous would that be? Because you'd
Great
have all
idea.
the strength of the mount board, but you'd have the feeling of the leather. Or I remember a technique that Sheena taught years and years ago where she used to use craft card and then she used to like wet it and ink it and then emboss it, and she would make it look like leather. It was like a faux leather technique that she used to do. So if you can find those tutorials on YouTube from years ago, so you could be doing that same sort of technique, getting the leather look without the expense of the leather.
Fabulous. Liz from New Mexico says, good morning from New Mexico. I ordered the Pro and the 10-inch spine and I can't wait for them to arrive. What a great day that is going to be, Liz, when they all turn up. Robin says, any more plans for any more edges for the spine, Sara?
Would you like some more edges?
I think people would. I know.
If you would like more edges, guys, we will do more edges for you. Absolutely.
I think that would be awesome. Stacey says, can you show how to add the pages to the spine? You'll no doubt see that very, very shortly. Stephanie says, it's just dawned on me, all the new Twist and Pop dies coming will fit perfectly in the larger memory books. So
yes, they
excited.
Will. They will perfectly. Right. Watch this. I'm using here the luxury mixed card from the Caring Thought, and what I'm doing is I'm just cutting these, Jo, to 10 by 10, right? So 10 by 10, but then I'm also going to cut some of the papers to 10 by 10 as well, right? So if I got that there, so they're going to form my outer spines, and then let's find a really nice paper.
The papers are so gorgeous in here.
This one is.
I bet those toppers would work in your memory books as well,
They would work wonderfully
Sara.
well. Oh, this one would look lovely too. Right, I need to just crack on and make a decision. Yeah, no, I think it might be that one. Let's just have a look through. Oh no, I think it's got to be that one. Right, okay, let's go with this one. I'm making a decision, right? So I'm going to go with the outer covers with these ones here. But then watch, obviously you need to cut them to 10 by 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one to 10 inches wide this way. And then what I'll do is I will cut it so that we've got the pattern along the bottom, but essentially cut off the top, right? So we cut to 10 there, and we'll have that off there. So now, actually, I'm going to go slightly smaller than 10 by 10 so that we'll get a nice matten layer. So we'll go to 9.5. Yeah, 9.5 by 9.5 this way. So can you see what I've done? I've just cut those a little bit smaller, Jo. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to matten layer these on top of the front of my outer pages. Can you see? So I'm going to pop that. Oh, that's gone flying on the bottom there. Right, so I'm going to stick this on the front, but then we're going to do our die cut as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, now these are the 8-inch ones, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 12-inch one. So I'm looking at this, I quite like this big one for a front. Do you, Jo? I think these ones are really lovely. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut this. Now I'll cut the 2 outer ones first of all. Right?
What we're going to do is, Sara, we're going to get one of our design team members to redo that tutorial and post it up onto our Facebook page in the sort of coming days and weeks. You know, the faux leathery one that you talked about with the craft card.
There's a lot of people asking about it.
Yes, a lot of you asking about how you're going to do that. Yeah, just had it confirmed. We'll get that redone, get that posted up on our social media.
Do you know who would be brilliant to do that? Next time we've got Fiona or Janin.
Yes.
They are absolutely totally crafty like that. They would be a brilliant sort of person who would be able to teach us that one as well.
Just change the details on the bottom of your screen. It's at 106 sheets. It's basically 70 toppers and 36 sheets of paper that you get in that Caring Thoughts 12 by 12 pad. So I hope that clears that up for you. Very busy on both the 8-inch and the 10-inch at the moment as well. I know over a quarter of the 8-inch has already sold out and gone. It is very, very busy. Remember, the 8-inch is going into the Gemini machine for you. The 10-inch is going into that Pro as well. Loads of people, I think, they just know how much craftability they got out of the original Precious Memories, Sara. So they just know, I think, that they are going to really make loads of these. I think if you are upgrading, you maybe have already got all of the inside elements. You know, it's a very small investment to give all of that a new lease of life.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, actually. I couldn't agree more, Jo. Right, here we go. I'm lining these up, and can you see one's the front, one's the back. So I've got my larger pattern at the bottom, and then again I'm taking this one here, just positioning that over there, holding it in place, and then sending it through to do my die cutting so that I can mat and layer all the pieces on to go through perfectly.
Fabulous. How many pages can you fit in the 8-inch book? Asked Sarah.
The 8-inch, so you've got 4 spines and each one's got 2 pages on either side. So if I just bring our Olivers back in here, right, can you see? So if you don't include the inside front cover, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you include the back covers, you've got 10.
Fabulous.
Or 5 double page spreads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th double page spread, because I know a lot of scrapbookers work in double page spreads.
Wonderful.
So there we go. Hopefully, I just thought if I showed you that and took the time, it would be even better to kind of walk everyone through it.
Brilliant. Keep getting your questions in. I'll keep popping them over to Sara as well. We're only halfway through. We've got a whole other hour yet, Sara.
Oh, and I've got loads more still to go. So, right, let's have a little look at this. So this is going to come, can you see, onto here like this. And then all I've done is I've slightly offset it so that you can then get a little bit of that border showing through. Makes sense? Look good? And I'm going to stick all that down. So I've just chuck me glue on the floor, so I'll just go in my own little world, Joe.
No problem whatsoever. Mary Pat says, I've been scrapbooking since I was 9 years old. It started as a 4H project and continued over decades. I absolutely love it. She also says, I can now see that I'm going to need a lot more paper pads. Well, thankfully, we've got some paper and we've got some card and some paper pads on the show for you. I'll share those with you as we go through. Would the dies themselves cut through mount board, asked Carol?
Yes, in theory, yes, they absolutely would. Would I want to cut? I think I would rather, because you don't really want to make the base out of mount board, because it won't fold over very, very well. It'll crack and tear. So will the boards cut through? Yes. Do you want to cut through? I wouldn't suggest that you would want to be cutting through, because you're wanting to do your mount board for the front and back. For these parts here, where I'm doing this lovely matting and layering, that's the bit that I think you should be wanting to do with the mount board, if that makes sense.
Fabulous. I hope that clears that up for you. Barbara says, could you use 2 spines and glue them together to double the number of pages? Something we talked about already, isn't it?
A couple of people have asked about that. You absolutely could.
Fabulous. So many options as well, and so many things. Are you going to do pictures? Are you going to do, maybe you've got lots of letters, and maybe someone wrote you lots of romantic letters, love letters that you've got kept somewhere, Sarah. You could pop them into your memory book. I think there's so many.
No one's written me.
I
any
haven't got any, I'm afraid, either.
There's definitely not of them any under my. Yes, I can promise you that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Maybe it's going to be holidays. Maybe it's going to be the children growing up. Maybe it's going to be how you spent your lockdown. It could be so many different things. Weddings, birthdays. Great to give as gifts as well, or as wedding presents for people that are getting married. Maybe you want to document their time together. Absolutely, you can do that. You've got the options, whether you're going for the 8-inch or you're going for the 10-inch. I love the fact that already all of the memory book items that you already have are going to go into here perfectly as well, which is fantastic. You're not going to have to go out and buy a whole host of new stuff. So that's your back and your front. Is it straight on there, Sara?
There we go. There's the front on and the back on, onto that spine. And you guys have watched me literally do this from the very, very beginning. So you've watched me do the spine. We've cut and folded those pages absolutely perfectly. So the next stage that I have to do is ready to start and put pages into those spines. Now I've got an absolute, it looks like a bomb has gone off in front of you. You can't see it because our lovely George has put that strap along the bottom to kind of cover it all over, but it looks like a bomb has just gone off on this table. So give me a couple of minutes to just literally clear the bomb and get sorted and get tied up down here so I can do the pages in the middle, Joe.
Yes, absolutely. Let me share with you the papers that we've got on the show for you. So we've got the luxury cardstock. Now this is awesome because it's the first time we've done the signature luxury cardstock in the 12x12. And what you're going to get are all different colourways in here. And you get it double-sided, you get of the Centura, and then you also, of the pearl, sorry, then you get the matte mirror and the mirror. So you're getting the pearl, the matte, and then the mirror as well. And I mean, it is just a thing of beauty. The quality is exceptional here with this. It is 250 GSM, so it's a great all-around weight. It means that you can do absolutely loads with it. So you've got that one there, you get 24 sheets of that. I don't have a second pad for the pattern papers, but I'm going to show you them on this board that I have here. Now this is great. You get 36 pages here. It is also, 180 GSM, which is fantastic. So you can see all the different designs that you're getting here. You're getting multiples of each of these designs. It will be in that pad for you, which is fantastic. Now, not only do you get that, you're also going to get as well all the die-cut toppers in here. Now, the die-cut toppers are going to work beautifully for you on your memory books as well. They are just beautiful. And all of them, they all pop out very, very easily. So you can see you've got those in there. These pop out and they're good to go. They also make great stoppers on things like your easel cards, if you want to use them for that too. Thanks for that, Georgina. The word easel card just completely escaped me there. I don't know what happened. Right, so you can go for the papers. You've got the 12x12 paper pad and you've got the luxury pad as well. We've also put together a luxury, so we've actually put together a memory book collection for you of our Caring Thoughts, because we think that the Caring Thoughts is sort of motivational. It's really nicely, subtly uplifting. I think it would work beautifully with the memory book. So let me take you through exactly what you've got here. So we've got some stamps for you, which is always in my thoughts. You've also got the with a grateful heart, and there's some truly lovely sentiments in here. The best thing to hold on to is each other. How lovely is that? We've got some sentiments in here, so these will work beautifully as well. You've got you, just to say, you're in my thoughts. I love these little dies as well. These are gorgeous. You've got your little schmetterlings here, and they layer up. Think about playing with matte mirror card and pearl. If you're going for the luxury card pad, these will work beautifully. You've got that one and the rose. They are both really awesome. And then what you've got is one of our interchangeable dies. So you've got that gorgeous edge that you can either cut it in or cut it out. And then the sentiments that go in there are just because, thinking of you, and with all, what does that one just say there? With all, with love and friendship. Trying to read it back to front and upside down doesn't always work out, does it, Sarah? £50 or $60 if you want to get hold of all of those. You've got a great saving. Platinum members will be able to get this for £40 or $48, which is fantastic value for money. Right, we're going to move on. I want to recap for you. I know basically, I think you've seen the first demonstrations. Loads of you had ordered before the show. Those of you that haven't ordered are now ordering. I think the penny is dropping for you. We're going to start with the 8-inch spine. Remember, it is coming with the fancy edges. A third of our launch stock has now sold out and gone. It is a Crafters Companion site-wide stock for you. If you are a Club Inspired Platinum member, $31.99 or $36.76, but you're going to get another £5 or $5 off, because remember, all the way through to the end of Sunday, if you're spending over £30 or $30 after your discount, we're going to give you an extra £5 or $5 off, which is fantastic value. Now, third gone there. If you're going for the 10-inch version, again, you're going to get the opulent edges in there. So you get the Decadence with the 8, you get the opulent with the 10. The 10-inch version is $54.99 or $59.95, or for Platinum members, just under £44, just under $48. But again, everyone getting that extra £5 or $5 off. Also, a third gone here. I can see that a lot of you are multi-ordering and actually going for the 8 and the 10, because what you want to do, I think, is add that to the one that you already have. You're creating then a whole bespoke range of these memory books, which is lovely. And imagine theming them, having them in the 3 different sizes. I think it's going to look awesome. I know a lot of you are waiting for an opportunity to check out, so I'm going to give that to you right now. Whilst you do that, let me share with you all the details of how you can watch and shop at the same time. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Absolutely. Make sure you never miss anything here at Crafters TV. Lily says, I need Sarah to launch a time machine. There aren't enough hours in the day to play with all of the beautiful things that I've got.
Yeah, I think it's a really good, valid point. And yes, when I do, you'll be the first to know.
The lovely Mariah, Jean Marie's gone for the 8 inches. Mariah says, what's the best adhesive to use to help make these pages nice and strong, Sarah?
Okay, so please get the Collal All-Purpose, because what happens is it's not water-based, so it's not going to wet your pages and they're not going to crinkle up. If you use the tacky glue, I worry about that happening. You're going to have that manoeuvrability time, but then you're going to use your tape pen, or even better still, red liner tape. You use your red liner tape. See if I've got any on here. I'll try and find some and I'll red liner some of my pages in actually, Joe, just so that you can see how well they're going to stick. I'll find some red liner and I'll get ready to put some first few pages in.
Brilliant. Stephanie says, Sara and Joe, I love that you two have colour coordinated today in your tops, and that deep rose on you, Sara, suits you beautifully. Pamela says School Awards album would be great with these memory books. I think that's a great shout. Cheryl says I bought the Caring Thoughts paper pads. Love, love, love them. I'm going to pull a Christine Mahoney and buy 10 more, I think. Yes. Sounds like a plan. Jean says, okay, Sara, I just purchased a Gemini Pro through HSN and I've ordered the 10 by 10 Gemini album as well. I know you're going to absolutely love that machine. It is in stock, don't forget now. It's sort of the last of it on that extended dispatch. Cindy Dottie says, I'm thinking for an extra special book, you might want to make a special case to hold the book. Wouldn't this keep the book more protected for generations? Great idea.
Well, if we get time, I might make a special box for our Oliver's book that we did later.
I think that's a fantastic idea. Right, Sara, I know you've still got loads, haven't you, that you want to share with us in the rest of this launch day. I have indeed.
A lot of people want to know, how do we now put the pages in the book, okay? So, let me just tell you, you are absolutely going to start buying a lot more of these pattern paper books now. So what I want you to do is I just want you to be choosing one for the first page. I do love this one, mind. I like the ones that are like scrap. Oh yes, like that. I'm going to go with that for the front, and then I want to go the page behind it. Let's have a little look. I do like the butterflies. Yes, let's go with this one. Actually, something a little bit plainer, I think. Should we go with maybe one of the... I'm going to go with the butterflies. I do love the butterflies. Choices, decisions, Joe, right? So, when you get to this point, bear in mind, our actual book is going to be 10 by 10. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be bringing in your paper trimmer, and we're going to be trimming this down to 10 by 10 exactly. So hang on, yeah, we're going to get that in the top corner. So 10, and we trim off there, and then I'm going to bring it round this way and take it to 10 there. So the first stage is to get your pages at the right size, right? Then once we've got the page right, you're then going to use the page edges. So you've got different options for your page edges. I think I'm going to go, I quite like the look of this one. I think we'll go with this one. So watch here. This is when you then need to put your pages back to back, right? So let me just make sure that's the right way up. So I've got my pages back to back, and then I'm going to put the page edger over here, and we're going to make sure that we cut that with the page edger in the right way. So we're happy with where that is, Joe. I'm taping that down, and then I'm just going to bring my Gemini plates in, and I'm just going to run that through the edge of the Gemini. Now, someone asked Joe about could we do more edges for the pages.
They did indeed.
Right? You let me know, folks, what patterns, what styles you want, and I will absolutely go and brief the team this afternoon on more page edges. While I'm on doing that, is there anything else you want in this range? Because you tell me, based on the buzz that we've had just around the launch of this, we will absolutely be looking at how do we develop more products in this collection. So you let me know if there's something you specifically want to see, and Joe can be the mouthpiece.
Well, I'd quite like some lacy edges, I think, for them.
Some lace ones.
Some lace edges. I think that would look gorgeous, Sara. We've got a newbie. We love newbies here at Crafters TV, don't we? Good morning. I'm new chatting here. I love the idea of using an album for family recipes. What an awesome idea.
Yes.
Kathleen Tritt on YouTube says that. Kathleen, I think that's fantastic.
Well, you could just keep adding to it, couldn't you?
Absolutely brilliant idea.
Are you ready to see how these go in, by the way,
Yes,
Joe?
please.
Right, what I'm going to do is I've got my red liner tape here so that I can show you. Now, with paper, to be honest, the paper's absolutely fine. But if you want to use... Sorry, what I meant to say is with paper, it's absolutely fine for you to be using double-sided tape. But the red liner is absolutely the best thing you could do. So can you see I'm sticking that down there, and I'm coming all the way to the bottom. So if I'm down to the bottom there like that, and then flip this over, and we're going to come all the way down here, all right? We've got that all stuck perfectly into place, and then we're ready to stick the pages together. Now, this is how I'm going to do it, okay? I'm going to lift this off here, and then you just pop this down Can you see? So we just kind of lay that in place here, make sure that's all lined up and stick that down there, all right? Then what I'm going to do, Joe, is use that collal all-purpose and go all over the back, so right up to the edges. And with the all-purpose, you don't need to worry about the glue oozing out of the edges, because if it does, you're just going to rub it all together, all right? So plenty of glue onto the page. Then you're going to take the excess piece off here. You're going to take that piece off there. You're going to get that second page that we've just done. Now, what I like to do first of all is just make sure, because bear in mind we die cut these back to back, so we know they're going to line up perfectly. So once I've got those lined up perfectly on there, then I push it onto the spine where the red liner is. So what we've ended up achieving there is we've got 2 pages which are absolutely perfectly manoeuvred into place with an extra strength of layer of that all-purpose in the middle. They've been stuck in place with that with the red liner, so that this part here is really strong. Do you want me to go and do another page? Because I've got another set of kind of pages ready in here, Joe.
Yes,
right?
please.
So these ones I've started doing a few little bits and pieces. So on this one here, I've got one of my pages and I've got a nice little album to keep a few more photographs.
So
in
this
there.
is where you've decorated the page before you've stuck
Done
it
the
in.
pages
Do you
already.
tend to do that more often with the larger one than the smaller ones?
Yeah, I do a bit of a mix of both, really. So it depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I'm in the mood to construct, right? And I just want to do the clever construction bit. Sometimes I'm in the mood to kind of have a bit of a play around, and I'm actually wanting to do the scrapbooking. So you could do your, you know, your page layouts and focus on your page layouts, and then another time, you know, I always tend to find as well, it's how inspirational are you feeling at the time? You know, are you full of ideas and inspiration, Joe, and you want to get on and do the layouts? Or are you in the mood to do like all of the construction and get all of that thought through?
Absolutely.
So let's have a little look. I'm going to pop this into that corner there. So I've got those 2 pages perfectly lined up back to back. Once we're in there with that one, then I'm just going all the way over the back, right? So loads and loads of this, got this all ready. Once we've got that sorted, then you're going to lift off this part here, all right? So this is the strong part. I've got my next page. Remember what we're doing, we're lying it together at this side first, right? So I'm just getting that little bit of, you know, with the collal, you have that manoeuvrability, manoeuvre them into place, get all that lined up. Once all that's lined up, oh, don't you stick down yet. Once it's all lined up and we're happy, then we can stick this down there. And now I know again that we've got that strength up here. So this is where your pages are really, really thoroughly and well stuck in. And then all I'm doing is popping that into place. So can you see? Absolutely spot on. So what I'm going to do is, Joe, I'm going to get ready. I thought we've got a couple of pages in now. Why don't I get ready and show you how you do like a waterfall, and we can do a waterfall on the next page as well, should we?
Absolutely brilliant. I think we should remember what you've got. So you've got the 10-inch version. That's what you're looking at the moment. It's going to cut you the spine, and then you're going to be able to cut these wonderful opulent edges, which are going to go with that as well. It's a brilliant price if you want to get hold of this, because Platinum members are looking at just under £44 or just under $48. It is a brand new dies, of course, for you. And what you are all getting, remember as well, when you're spending over £30 or $30 after your discount, you're getting an extra £5 or $5 off. So it actually means you're getting some of the best value there is today with this. 40%, however, of this has gone. And I know, well, it's an awful lot of the stock. If you're watching this show back at a later date, check the website for the stock situation, because to be just over halfway through our launch day show, the first chance that you've seen, you've had to get this here on Crafted TV, to be over 40% gone is a colossal amount. I know how many we had of these, but it is extremely busy out there. The thing I think you're loving about it is that you're just upgrading, you're just expanding on something a lot of you have already got. You already have the memory book insert items, the twist and pop, the waterfall, the purse envelope. You have all of those those things. This is basically like just enabling you to really upgrade that experience that you're already having. And I know how many of you made so many incredible memory books with the smaller ones. If you don't have the Pro, maybe you're going to be going for the 8-inch version, because the 8-inch version is going to go through your regular size, your large A4 Gemini machine, which is absolutely fantastic. $39.99 or $45.95. Use your discount. Use also that £5 or $5 off as well to get this. I mean, I think for the least of, if you were going for the 8-inch one, with the platinum members, we'll get it for $31.99 or $36.76, but you're getting it with another £5 or $5 off. You're getting about £27 or about $31. You think about what you're going to make for that small investment, what you're also going to make, because you've already got, a lot of you already got all the other memory book items. What I don't want you to think as well is if you don't own any of the memory book items, you can't start with the 8-inch or you can't start with the 10-inch. Absolutely, you can. It would be a great starting point for you as well. What you might want to go for, though, if you are going for your precious memories for the first time, is you might want to go for some of the things that you're going to be able to insert into there. These are the kind of things I mean. So here you've got the tabbed page and waterfall card collection. A brilliant discount there for you on that. £38 or $51 if you want to get that one. You've also got the mini card and envelope set as well. This is brilliant. £20 or $27, 30% off of all of these, which is awesome. Maybe you have only got the junior, or maybe you're thinking, do you know what, I want to get the 8-inch, the 10-inch, but I want the whole set. I want to be able to get the smaller memory book spine as well. Absolutely you can. £17 or $27 enables you to get the original book spine. Now the Pro, I mean the Pro has been so busy since we launched it. Just a few days ago, it has literally set not just Crafters TV, it has set the industry alight. So much talk about this incredible machine, which has unrivaled pressure, has that huge plate size, which is really going to enable you to do much, much larger products. It's going to elevate your crafting, I believe, to a professional level. If you are a platinum member and you want to get a hold of this, $359.20, $399.96. Of course, we'll send this to you totally free of charge as well. In fact, let's take a moment to share with you all the awesome details of the Gemini Pro.
Supersize your die cutting and embossing potential with the Gemini Pro. With a huge 12x12 cutting platform as standard, this machine is perfect, not only for larger projects and batch making, but also for cutting all elements, mats and layers for your smaller projects in one pass too. The machine is capable of cutting through all sorts of materials, including card, craft metal, leather, wood, felt, and multiple layers of fabric. The power, pressure and performance that you've come to expect from the Gemini family of electronic die cutting machines has been enhanced to the next level. It's been engineered for superb edge-to-edge cutting of up to 12x18 size materials with perfect results every time. In the box, along with your Gemini Pro machine, you'll receive 2 clear cutting plates, a rubber embossing mat, a magnetic shim, plastic shim and metal shim, all 12x12. Power cord, plus of course your comprehensive instruction booklet that will guide you through the plate combinations you need for your different dies and embossing folders. Larger 12x18 plates are also available separately to boost your creativity even further. So, whether you're a card maker, scrapbooker, create paper or fabric embellishments, table decorations, wedding stationery or keepsake gifts, to name but a few, this machine will revolutionise your crafting experience.
All the details of the incredible Gemini Pro. Loads of people sharing memories or ideas with us, Sara, and things that they're going to be crafting. Maria says, making memories book for my wedding photos. It's my 17th wedding anniversary in August. We still haven't got an album yet for all the photos.
Oh, you've inspired me. It'll be our 14th wedding anniversary this year, and I could quite fancy having a go at doing it, because we've got like the professional one that came, but it's not crafty at all. This is a way for me to be able to do it crafty. Now, I would absolutely need to make 2 or 3 of these though to put another one on. Should we plan another show in a few weeks' time and I'll get some of my original wedding photos and we'll do a wedding album?
Let's
do that. I love doing my memory album shows with you guys. I always ask to do the memory album ones. Or should I say, I always plan the schedule so that it's the days I'm on that we do the memory album ones. Maybe we could all do a live craft along with it, Joe, and you could all get your wedding pictures and we could, don't you fall over.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
do a wedding album together. What I would say is, okay guys, here's what's going to happen, okay? We will absolutely we will keep restocking these memory album dies, and also if we sell out and we have to air freight some more in, at least we don't have to wait 2 months for them to come in by the water. What I absolutely cannot air freight are Gemini Pros. Have you felt how much these weigh? They're an absolute ton, right? So all I would say is, if you are wanting a Gemini Pro, what's going to happen is in 2 or 3 weeks' time, and we are completely out of stock of Gemini Pros, and we're trying to do another show with the large memory album, and you are then thinking, well, I can't get this because I haven't got the Pro. You are going to be so frustrated. It should have been about, do you know what, guys? There's the 500 bonus points on the Pro if you order it by the end of the weekend or something. It should have been about get that deal while it's on. It absolutely cannot be, because it's not going to be that, because we're just not going to have stock. So we're not going to have any stock of the Pro come a couple of weeks' time. This is 6 months worth of stock that we brought in, and we've sold 75% of 6 months worth of stock in 4.5 days. That is how ridiculously off the chart busy we've been for demand on the Gemini Pro. So all I would say is, if you want the Gemini Pro, make sure you get hold of it before we run out of stock. Because otherwise you are going to be waiting. Probably, I would think it is the thick end of about 6 months by the time we get the next stock. I'll see if we can accelerate it, but it's only going to be marginally if it is.
Absolutely. If you want to go for it, if you want to go for it, as Sara was saying there, 500 bonus points for you, 359.20 or 399.96 as a platinum member. If you want to go for the plate collections, we've got the plate collections for you. Not just the 12 by 12, but the 12 by 18, which I have not seen yet. Make sure you grab those. They are both available for you right now over on the website. Lots of people asking for a masterclass with precious memories, Sara. It's important to remember that we do actually have 2 masterclasses available right now over on our YouTube channel. If you go over to our YouTube channel, Crafter's Companion, and have a look at the masterclass playlist, you'll find the masterclasses in there. And I'm guessing the principle is the same for the smaller one, is it, Sara, than it is for these 2 new larger sizes?
It's exactly the same. Have a little look at this. This is actually the masterclass that I did. So you can go back and watch. This was just after our Grace, my little niece's 1st birthday, and I taught everybody how to make the spine, how to do the pages in the book, and then we also learned how to do things like the twist and pop. So this is your twist and pop in here. I showed you how to do just, simple pages on there. That's my sister and her husband, Matt. And then also we learned things like the waterfall. Now, it's the waterfall that I'm going to teach you now. If you already have the waterfall, it is exactly the same waterfall that I'm going to put in my large book now as what we have in this little small book. So you can watch the tutorial. So I did all these tutorials. There's my mum, by the way, bless her, my dad. So I did all these tutorials teaching you how to do all of these little sections, but you can absolutely be building what you learned on those and tying them into any of these pieces. Honestly, there's so much you can do with these, Joe. They're just brilliant, and you just need the ideas. And we've got hours and hours and hours of ideas for you to go at. Now let's have a little look. I'm going to do that waterfall. So this is the set. We shouldn't really call it the waterfall set because the waterfall and so much more, okay? The actual waterfall is just this section here, right? That and this together are your waterfall, right? This here, if I just show you in one of these books, okay? I love that. Can you see that nice little closure on there? That's what this is here, to give you that closure. These here are those little terry panels, Joe. I think you had some in one of the books that you had. Then you've got things like the photo albums, so you can put these photo spines and little photographs behind here. This is one of the other sets we've got, by the way, if you want to do the little kind of opening pieces here and put your photographs or your little notes in there as well. well. But all of these kind of extra elements, I mean, look at this, how fabulous is this with all these little spaces for everything? They're all kind of built in to these big sets. So this waterfall set is fabulous to kind of get you started. But I'm actually going to use it just for a waterfall, Joe. So to do the waterfall, you need these bits here. And then this one here, you're going to need to cut this. This is the exact right size to do your waterfall mechanism. So watch, I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to get my Gemini plates on here, Joe.
I just couldn't believe how simple this was the first time I saw it, because it looks so difficult, doesn't it, when you see it with all the pictures on, moving up and down.
People just assume, and everything's difficult until you know how, and you've got all the tutorials to learn how to do it. So I'm going to just lie all of these on my magnetic plate so that I can then just pull out a piece of, let's have a little look, white stamping card under here. That'll be perfect. So I'll get a piece of the white stamping card and put it on there, and then just take the top plate and we can send that through and it'll do all of the cutting on here, right? So you've got basically everything for the mechanism and then the mats and layers. So that's what these parts are, mats and layers. But you've also got, if you want to mat and layer, the little, these little pieces that go inside, or you want to do like the little rows, like these, the little closure that you could be using. They're all just kind of bonuses, is how I would be seeing it, okay? So there we go. If I lift all of this off, these are the components that I really need now. Now, it's back to the point of, once you've done the scoring, Joe, take your time to fold these really neatly. So again, I'm using the stamping card so that I get like a really nice crease. And I'm just folding these one piece at a time and giving them a nice little crease down the side so that the mechanism is going to operate and flow a lot smoother. Now, got a great tip for you with the waterfall, okay? And actually, I'll tell you it, but I won't be able to do it. I'll then show you like another little back to front tip as it was, right? So what I do is, to get my waterfall mechanism working really smoothly, is I just fold them all both ways. So a nice, like a 300 GSM card, something like our stamping card or Snow White card or something like this, right? Fold them both ways and notice I'm burnishing the crease line both ways. And then what happens, you see, Joe, is this folds over, right? And this here, these fold over like that. That is going to stick onto there. So if I just take this little part here and pop this down, that is just going to go onto there nicely. There we go, one side, two side, right? But that goes over the back here, and that is what's going to stick inside. So this is how the mechanism works. Now, if I was at home, what I would do now, Joe, is I would get a little bar of soap and run the soap along the top and the bottom.
Okay.
Right? But if you haven't got any soap, which I haven't got any hand in my soap pocket, all I'm going to do is cut a fly's eyelash off the edge of that part there, right? As our Leanne would say, a fly's eyelash. So you only want the tiniest little bit of, so it's not even really noticeable. And all that does is that allows that to flow a little bit smoother. The soap's the best thing, but then failing the soap trick, you're going to stick a fly's eyelash off it there, right?
Fabulous.
Now, what I like to do is I'm going to make a separate little book to go inside the main book, right? So I'm going to stick it, you could just have it on the page if you wanted, but I think it makes more of a big deal if I actually have this, and then I stick this over the front here. So we've got a little mini book inside our larger book. It just draws attention to it a little bit further. So you're going to get that to there. We're going to put our tape over the back panels of here, all right? Once we've got that in place, that just lies perfectly on the base like this, right? So can you see that is now working perfectly. Now, here's how it's going to go, Joe, okay? Each one of these is going to stick onto here. And what I've already done is I've just put photographs of the kids on all of these. The kids are still watching amazingly. I've just had another update from my father-in-law, John. He said the kids are still watching. They're starting to lose interest a little bit now, so starting to wane a little bit. They've built a camp in the front room so that they can watch you and I from the camp, Joe. Quite literally, to be perfectly honest. So, but at least they're still watching. So here's some pictures of the kids and when they've been working. Now watch this, okay? What I'm doing, Joe, is I'm just using that red liner tape again, and I'm putting a piece of the red liner down each of these strips here. So 4 strips, actually there's 5 strips here. I've lost one of my photos, I'm sure I got 5 photos ready. Hey, all the best intentions before the show. So, while I'm sticking these on, do you want to have a look at the kids?
Oh, let's have a look. Oliver's definitely had enough. He is Romeo done, but Charlie is still having a lovely time, I think.
What goes on at Gran and Grandad stays at Gran and Grandad's. Hey, if Gran says she wants to watch Uncle Joe and Sara on the telly, then absolutely we need to have the tent up inside the lounge.
I need to know where that throw's from on the sofa. I love it.
Isn't it lovely? Auntie Pat crocheted it.
No, I was going to say,
Auntie-
did someone crochet it?
Auntie Pat crocheted that.
Jealous.
That's Oliver's, and she's also made Charlie a one. It's lovely, isn't it? I've just ordered some new crochet yarn and some hooks actually, so I can do a little bit of that. So.
It looks beautiful.
Isn't it lovely? She's very talented, our Pat, me Auntie Pat. Right, here we go. So all I'm going to do is take this first one off, right, and then come on with the first picture, line that up. Once that's all aligned, right, what you then do is you pull the first one over so that we've got that first one in place, okay? Then you can do the same again. You can take the second one off, right? We can come in with the second picture, line the second picture up. So this was one day when Charlie was in year 2. So even though Charlie's in year blast off, the teacher for year blast off, so when they're at Nana and Grandad's school, Grandad's the year 2 teacher and Nana's the blast off teacher.
Right, okay.
And Charlie doesn't like being in blast off. He gets a little bit bored with the blast off work.
Right.
So sometimes he decides he's going up into year 2 for the afternoon and he wants to go and sit in Grandad's office with Oliver and do sums like his big brother. So Grandad has to make up blast off sums for him. So it's so lovely. Honestly, it's been the most incredible time for our family. I feel so, privileged that we've been able to have this kind of family time together. Don't get me wrong, the grandparents are absolutely exhausted and are so ready for the kids to go back to school next week after next it is, they're due back to school.
When is it, the 8th they go back?
The 8th of March, but I think in the meantime, at least they're going to have these lovely books to be able to look back on.
How fabulous
and just have all
is that?
Those memories. Not lovely. So then all I'm going to do is we've got that made ready. That is going to go inside our book. So if we just check on where we're up to with the book. Okay, let's have a look. We've got the first page. Hang on, I've got a nice bit here. Let's stick this on the first page here, and I've got a lovely image there of our Charlie. Me and our Charlie bake every weekend, by the way, Joe, as you know, because quite often I have to bring in whatever we've baked into here.
Killed me last week, honestly, didn't it, Sara? Killed us both.
Killed you. How do you think it's like for me having to bake all this stuff every weekend and then trying really hard not to eat it? So there was our cherry scones that we did a few weeks ago.
He looks very happy with those.
He was very pleased with the scones. And then we can put some more pictures on here. Look, I've got some of these pictures in here, you see. This is when the kids, this is our little Gracie. So our little Gracie goes to school with them on a Tuesday and Wednesday at Nana Sue's house as well. So we've got some nice pieces in there. And then I'm going to turn this over and we'll add a couple of more pages into here, Joe. And I think I'll start adding in my, let's have a little look. I've got one here where I've done the waterfall in here. So we'll add the waterfall page onto there. And for anyone who missed it before, guys, all we're doing is taking that red liner tape, right? And we're going down here with the red liner tape, straight down there like that, and putting, just giving it a little nick. So one piece, and then second piece down here. And usually when I'm on air, Joe, I don't take time to do this with the red liner. I generally do it kind of speedy with the tape pen. But when it's something like this that I want to last a lifetime and, generations for want of a better word, it's absolutely worth taking that time. So watch, I've got that first piece stuck down. Then what I'm doing is I'm taking this all the way over the back here, all right? So I can get all that put into place. And then I just come in, just lift this off so that we're ready to stick our next piece down. And then all we do is we're going to stick these on so that they're going to stick together there. Once they're all lined up together and we're happy with that, don't let it stick to the red liner tape yet until you know it's all stuck, right? Happy with where that's all laid, then we'll lie that piece on here, stick that down really thoroughly, and then manoeuvre these into place. So bear in mind that's quite strong because this is the one that's got the twist and pop on here. So I want to make sure that that's stuck really well. Now, I think you've got the kind of idea of how to put the pages in now, how to stick them. I know we've only got about 20 minutes left on the show. For anybody who missed the start of the show, Joe, I thought I could go back and show everybody again how to do the 8x8 spine right from the beginning.
Love that idea.
How about I kind of do a little bit of a tidy up and get ready for that, and then I'll be able to show everybody, in case you missed the demonstration on the spine, I'll show you how to put that spine together.
Absolutely, great idea. Now I'm going to go back and show you what you're going to be able to create with these. Again, the spine that you're after is the 10-inch. This is the 10-inch one that you're seeing here. I think this is a really good size. If you are wanting to use this for things like wedding albums, I think it's going to be fantastic. Remember as well, all of the Precious Memories elements that you already own, they're all going to work in here as well. I love these ones with the little square photos. Remember as well, I love the perforation with the secret photo under there. I can see Simon and Sara are under there, all dressed up. This one here as well, I just think it's such a nice size for these little pictures. Charlie and Oliver looking absolutely super adorable there in these. All of the fold-out elements that you're going to be able to create in here are going to be absolutely fantastic. Again, love that twist and pop one here as well. How about just using it? I mean, you could just use these just as a photo album. Maybe you don't have any of the Precious Memories sort of inner working elements. It's not a problem. You could absolutely get some photo clips and just use these as your photo albums if you want to. Forget about going out and spending, $45 on a photo album, as we were talking about with one of our viewers earlier. You've got that good to go in here. Think about getting your magnets involved as well. I think these look so classy when you've got those magnetized elements in there with it too. The next one here, I love this. You've got your little loose elements in here as well. I've obviously trimmed my nails very well, Sara. I can't pick anything up. But again, the little Polaroid ones. These pictures here as well, these are not Polaroid pictures. These are actually in one of the Precious Memories elements. It cuts that Polaroid sort of esque looking photo for you, which is brilliant. And again, here, that waterfall. I mean, the waterfall is just so effective. It really is. And a great way to display your photos. And then in here as well, we've got some other lovely pop-out elements. How about just gluing the pouches together? What a great idea. And creating sort of a gusseted pocket. And you've got that purse in there as well, which is fantastic. All of that, think about putting class on there as well. So that's your 8-inch version. Sorry, that's your 10-inch version that you've got there. $54.99 or $59.95. Shut the memory page door because memory page door just really doesn't work. I don't know why I went there. Over half the stock has sold out and gone. So shut the front cover is what I was trying to say, Sara. There we go.
That makes more
we
sense.
got there in the end. Now we also have the 8-inch one available for you. Do you know what? There are a lot of people, Sara, that are multi-ordering both the 8 and the 10, and I no doubt imagine they have the 5-inch already. Because imagine for a wedding or for a birth, putting together like a whole trio of these books. Having them in the 3 different sizes. But you have pictures in one, memories in another one, maybe little loose elements that you take out as well. I think you're just going to be able to play around with this and have loads and loads of fun. Again, you've got the secret elements in compartments in here. You can see the twist and pop element in there. There's some lovely, lovely pictures in here. As we were saying earlier, so often, you don't end up doing anything with pictures. Oh, my word. This is something that I hadn't thought about, Sara.
Go on.
It's got an insert. Someone's created the insert in the page.
Love that idea. That's one of Nicole's, that, isn't it? Yeah.
That's fabulous, isn't it? What a great idea. Lovely picture of you and Simon there. I bet, how much did you have to pay him to pose with that face mask on?
Oh,
did you have to bribe him?
I caught him on a good day.
Did you?
Just say it. That was in the office on a good day.
I bet there was definitely a McDonald's drive-through bribe involved there, is all I'm going to say. You've got all of these loose tag elements involved there as well. And again, love it. I just love how interactive they are. How about having one for just in lots of bright... I've got this idea of having it, Sara, just for a toddler, nothing in it, but just lots of bright, shiny colours. So they could just get used to like pulling things and opening things and twisting things. It's like a cognitive function kind of book.
Brilliant idea.
Maybe another great way of using it. So again, all in here. I just love this waterfall. I think it is absolutely fantastic. It is the 8-inch version. So what you're getting in the 8-inch version, you're going to get the 8-inch spine, which is going to create the sort of the nuts and bolts of the book, if you will, and you're going to get the edges as well in here. So this one in the 8 inches is the decadent edges, And then with the 10-inch, then you're going to get the 10-inch spine, which is going to allow you to create the book, and you're going to get the opulent edges in that one just there. So fantastic value, whichever one you're going for. Of the 8-inch, also now half the stock of that one gone also. Let me just share with you as well, if you are starting your Precious Memories journey here with these larger spines, it would be absolutely fantastic to enable you to do that. This one here is a tagged purse and page card. So this is the multi-buy that you've got for you. So it's tagged page, tabbed page and purse card. Great that you've got that in here as well. You can have this site flaps down and opens up for you if you want to. Love that you get the button embellishments, the little arrows. You're getting all the borders there as well. And then we're also going to give you in this configuration the waterfall. And that waterfall is just absolutely fantastic. You're going to love that. I love these sort of film, vintage film elements that you're going to be able to encapsulate your photos with. This is awesome. Now this is like that secret bit where you can tear that and then have a secret compartment. You've got your straps on there, whether it is your stitched edge or your regular ones. You've got little medallions. It's so much in here, and you've got a brilliant saving. It's a 30% saving for you, £38 or $51 if you want to get those. There's a couple of other elements that you can go for as well. If you want the original size in the memory book spine, we've got that for you as well, and this is what that obviously creates just there, which is brilliant. That will go through the junior, that one, so if you want to use it there you can. And you've also got the mini card and envelope on here as well, which is fantastic. Great for little gift vouchers, a little sort of credit card size gift vouchers as well, which is fantastic. Now there is one more as well. This one is the mini card and envelope here. It's the last one. £20 or $27 if you want to get your hands on that one. Right, Sarah, I know we're fast running out of time, but no doubt there's loads you still want to squeeze in.
Come on, yes, I wanted to show everybody. So just, if you don't have the Pro and you just have the 8x8, right? Doesn't mean you can only make 8-inch albums, because they can only be 8-inch tall, but they can be longer if you want. So what I'm going to do is, let me just show you the two album sizes, right? So that is your 10-inch, right? This one here is your 8-inch. This is going to make your 8-inch one on there. So what I'm going to do is go right back to basics and do the 8-inch one here, Joe. Now, the 8-inch, you need to get a sheet of your A4 or 8.5 by 11. If you want. Basically, you need just over 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock? You need just over 8 inches. So it's about 8.25 inches, this. So you can see A4 is 8.25 inches. We've designed it so that it'll perfectly fit on your A4.
Will it also go on like a US letter size cardstock as well, Sarah, in that case?
So US letter is 8.5 inches. So it's a little bit wider than our UK letter. Let me just tell you, this is not an accident. So we've planned all of this out so that it will fit on your US letter or your A4 cardstock, right? Now, regular Gemini sandwich, so clear cutting plate, magnetic plate, top plate, whether you're using the Pro or whether you're using any of your other Geminis as it was. This is also the same sandwich if you're using the Junior and using the 4-inch memory spine. So the way I would think of it is the 4-inch works with the Junior, the 8-inch works with your regular Gemini, the 10-inch you need the Pro to work with in terms of sizing on here, right? So, I've missed my own rule off, Joe. I did give everybody a great top tip at the beginning, right, of if you put another sheet of cardstock behind it, just scores the lines a little bit deeper. Now you can see they've scored there beautifully well. What you need to do, where have I put my scoring tool?
Someone did ask earlier, you'll have to forgive me, the name escapes me, could you go over it with a scoreboard and just put them in again if you wanted to?
Come here,
just a little deeper.
Scoreboard. Let me just go on there. I've got my scoreboard, and then I have just, where have I put, well, you've seen me working with it, haven't you? I've had the tool, I've put it down somewhere.
Where did it go?
And I've normally got half a dozen of them kicking about, but the half a dozen of them also went, look, yes guys, you're going to be able to put that on there, and you're going to be able to score down all of these if you want to go over them and make them a little bit thicker. What I've done, here's my scoring tool, there we go. Right, so if you want to go over them, so just make sure that you've got all this lined up top and bottom, so there you go. So if you want to go over, just go over them a tiny little bit like that, and then make sure all these pieces, they are at exactly the right space. So what I would say is, just find the right line that's underneath, right? You don't want to be kind of moving the lines as it was at all. So there's your score lines if you want to deepen them. Great tip that actually, whoever asked that and suggested that.
It was a
idea.
You'll have to forgive me, it was quite a while back. A lot of questions still coming in, Sarah. Susan says, is the Pro the UK version or the US version, or do you have both? We have both. If you're ordering on the US website, you'll get the US version. If you're ordering on the UK website, you will, of course, receive the UK version. Kathleen says, I don't do scrapbooks, but love cards and decor. So inspiring, makes me want to do an album. Well, absolutely, you're in the right place.
Well, I think it's a good step up. You know, I would say I'm more of a card maker than a scrapbooker, but when we launched the Precious Memories, the 4-inch one, I got really into making little memory albums, and I call them memory albums instead of little scrapbooks because I felt like I wasn't a scrapbooker, but I was into card making and I might make the memory albums, right? Whereas actually, what you're going to be able to do here is you're going to be able to bridge that gap between smaller projects, which is what we should call our card making, because not just card making we do, Joe, we do all sorts, but you're bridging that gap between smaller projects and larger ones, right, your scrapbooks. Now, here's where I've done the whole sheet and kind of folded them all over. So that's all you need to do. And you see what I'll do is I'll sit and do this in the break so that for the next demo I've got one ready, right? Now, you can either go down with your red liner tape, and if you do, what you're going to put 2 little bits, so you're going to use the slightly thicker one. So I'm going to come right down here where the crosses are, right? And you're coming down both sides there, just so you've got plenty of tape on here, but you're basically working to where those 2 crosses are.
It was Dee Maddox that asked about the scoring.
Brilliant. Well, that was a fantastic idea in terms of using the Scoremaster to kind of deepen those lines. Or the other option is just remember to do what I did first and didn't do just then, is you can use your, put a little another sheet of cardstock behind, and that will just really do a good job of just strengthening that. Now, did you see I've gone over that a few times, Joe? And I'm folding the page both left and right, because what we've done is we've basically got the spine going down this edge, and then there's the first page blank in there. Now I'm going to do the rest with my tape pen just for speed, but the best thing you could absolutely do is not use the tape pen and use the red liner tape. So just bear in mind, folks, when we do these, that we are live on TV, so we are under a little bit of time pressure, whereas when you're doing it at home, my advice is, like I just told you there, use the red liner tape to get a really, really good stick going down there, right? So let's have a look. 3rd page. And then we've got 4 pages that go inside the 8x8, right? So those 2 crosses literally fold into each other there. You're going to give that a good press all the way over the back. And then what you'll end up with is you'll end up with all those pages. Can you see? So it's going to go flat and all the pages kind of fold one way and fold the other, and then they're going to stick up in the middle. So those are ready now for us to add our pages onto. Now,
Brilliant.
A little bit of a tip here, Joe, right? If I just get out, you know, like these lovely papers, let's do a nice one for the outside.
Diana makes a great point. She says, the nice thing about scrapbooking is that you get to keep what you've made, unlike cards which you give away.
Well, do you know, that's funny. The reason I started doing scrapbooks, my first one I did was my friend Jo when she turned 21. She was the first of us to turn... She was the first of us to turn 21, and I made her a scrapbook, and I was on for over a month, and I thought, oh, I'm going to do this for all my friends as they turn 21. Let's just say none of my other friends got one, Jo. I only made the one for Jo, and then I gave up because I'd had enough, right? But it just kind of shows you, they are time consuming, aren't they? Right, let's have a little look here. So when you've got your base ready, all we're going to do is we're going to go down here, right? And I'm going to stick one of these onto the back. So that is going to go. So all I've done is cut this to 8 inches wide.
Massive.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come the same down here. And I'm going 8 inches wide down this edge. And I'm going on there with the first one. All right? So there are my 2 outer covers. And it's 8 by 12. So I've now made a wonderful 8x12 book. So it doesn't have to be, don't just think of it as being small, because this is the smaller of the 2 options. And then again, if you want to do some pages, let's have a look. I'd cut myself some pages here. Yeah. So I've cut some of the pages. So if we want to stick pages on here, onto this first page, all right? I do just get the lovely, the red liner. So all we do is we go red liner down the edge here like this, and I'm going to stick a piece on there, Jo, and then I'm going to stick a piece on the other side as well. So they're going to come straight down here. And then how you come to attach the pages, and this is the bit that I just, like Sarah's top tip for getting this perfect, okay? You use red liner tape, and you're going to stick, first of all, as soon as I can get my little thumbnail in here, we're going to come and stick that first piece, so into place, and then stick the first piece down, all right? And then peel this off, and then before you put your second piece in place, Jo, loads of all-purpose glue. All-purpose is absolutely the best you could use, right? Much better in this case than tacky, even though you think of tacky as being the strong one, because what you want is you want the manoeuvrability, but you want the strength of like an extra layer. So I'm going to line these two up, manoeuvre them into place a little bit. So at the moment they're not quite lining up, so I'm going to line them up at the top and the bottom. Once they're lined up, that will press over top of that second piece there. This is the other thing I love about the all-purpose. If you get too much on, you just rub it away like this, right? So can you see I'm just rubbing that away, and then can you see that page there? I'm just making sure it's all kind of rubbed together, but then most importantly, Jo, it's rubbed together, but then it's catching that page up in the spine there. Right? Should we do one more? I'm going to do exactly the same because I want everybody to really understand how to make, because these books that you're making, folks, you've got to make them to last generations. And I mean, I kid you not, like I said before, my mum has been going through all of the old pages, all of the old photos that my nana had from years and years ago.
Lots of people asking about recapping certain elements of either of the books, Sarah. I just want to let everyone know that, of course, you can watch this all back straight after the show. It'll be available for you to re-watch. So if there's anything you missed or anything you didn't quite grasp or anything that you'd like to see done again, just pop yourself back after the show. You'll be able to watch all of it over again. Fast forward to the bits that you want to see. Remember, all of our shows are always available pretty much forever over on our website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com.au as well.
It's the same, Jo, with any of the old ones we've done. So, for example, I didn't get a chance to do the demo on the tabbed pages and that I wanted to, but you can go back and watch my old demonstrations where I've shown you how to do that, and you'll see I take you through everything step by step. So even the stuff that we don't get a chance to get through, I've shown you all the new elements today, which was my absolute top priority. And we've learned how to make some totally wonderful books in the larger sizes. I mean, look at this. Don't think of it as an 8x8. It's not, it's an 8-inch spine. What I've done there is done my 8-inch spine, but gone all the way to 12 inches. So I'm making this into a fabulous 12-inch wide book with the spine pages in here absolutely perfectly lined up there. Isn't that wonderful? So it just shows you can be going to any size you want. Shall I get them out and have a little bit of a recap, Jo?
Yes, please. A lot of people chatting away. Devaney says, I ordered my Pro when it first came out. I knew I'd be kicking myself if I didn't. We got another newbie, Mum to Create. Says, hello, it's my first time here and I love all your products. It's lovely that you're joining us, Mum to Create. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Chemistry and Biology says this would be such a fun crop or craft along. Well, I'd imagine, Sarah, a craft along would be on the cards, would it not?
Absolutely. I think I love my idea of we can all get like our wedding pictures and we could all start a scrapbook of our... So all I would say is get your favourite paper pad, print out your wedding pictures and we can plan a craft along. I'm working on the schedule for the next couple of months at the moment, so I'll plan to get that show scheduled in.
Brilliant. Michelle, and it's for you. This is great personal yearbook for graduates. That's a really fantastic idea. What about using the pet papers and making an album of our beloved pets? Now, that's a fabulous idea. I've actually got a Nitwits craft house tomorrow with Craig at 4 o'clock here in the UK, 11 a.m. East Coast time. Make sure you join us for that. Donna Meehouse says, okay, you sold me. I need the Precious Moments collection. I'm going to be getting the 8-inch version. Also, Fred says, I'm a paper junkie and the collection Sarah is using is making me drool, is what Fred says. I think that is pretty much a strong endorsement, Sarah, don't you?
I think it absolutely is. But this is the thing, we have all these gorgeous papers. This is giving you the way of using them. Now, if I just go back over kind of what we've covered in the show, so we did this lovely memory book for our Oliver. So this was, I've done this for him to be able to write. So this is his lockdown diary 2021. And I've stuck some lovely photos in here so that all he needs to do is write a few little words in the book next to the photos. And we've got something fabulous to be able to keep here. Now we did that one, I showed everybody how to do the 8x8. That is exactly the same spine as I've just shown you there. We've made the same size spine, but this time made the longer books. This is 8x12. So as long as you do, it's just basically 8 inches deep. Now the other one we did was the 10-inch one here, right? So you want to do the 10-inch one, and then you'll see once we've got the pages in the 10-inch one, okay, what we did is I showed you how to attach the pages in. We did the waterfall, so I showed everybody how to do the waterfall. But then what I didn't get a chance to do was show everybody how you then do, so there's just a few pages in here, this is the tabbed page. So if you just want to do the little tabbed purse, it's just a brilliant way to get a few more photographs in there. It doesn't always have to be photographs on display, or it could be a little note that you put in there and you put your photographs out. So that's the only bit that I didn't get to demonstrate in the show, but you can go back and watch the other demonstrations that I've done there. And look how easy it is just to add all of your own photographs in. Now, as I've only done that one big demo, does that mean this wins demo with a show, Joe?
Well, I think it's going to have to be, don't you? I love how you've ambushed me with that, with the 2 minutes to go there. I was having such a lovely time putting these together, I completely forgot about it. I guess it will have to be. I guess it will have to be.
I guess you couldn't really vote, could you know, because I just did one big project over the course of the show. I think that's been lovely. And actually, this is just one of the shows today. You've got me all day. And actually, we're going for an hour's break. And then coming up after that, I'm doing a full-on inking masterclass. So it's our Colour Me Happy show. I've got all of our ink pads on there, and I'm going to explain the differences between the different types of ink pads, when you would use them, what you would use them for, how to use them together. It is going to be like, if you love our ink pads, or if you've always wanted to understand more about ink pads, you absolutely cannot afford to miss that show. And also, if you tune in live, you can ask me any questions live at the same time.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yes, Colour Me Happy happening in just over an hour's time, 4 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. if you are on the East Coast. I just want to remind you of the details of both collections. So the first one we have the 8-inch spine, which has, of course, the edges on there as well, which are the decadent edges that you've got here. Very, very busy on this. 60% of the stock has sold out and gone. Then if you would prefer to have the opulent edges instead, which is these ones just here, they are coming with the 10-inch spine, which is going to allow you to make books of this size. 60% of these now also sold out and gone as well. Lots of you in the ordering process as we come towards the end of the hour. Do not forget to check out your baskets. What I would also say is if you're watching the show back at a later date, 100% check the website for the up-to-date stock information live as we know. If you want to place an order now, it's definitely not too late to do so. Pop yourself over to crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. If you've already placed your order, get yourself over there, have a little look-see ahead to that Colour Me Happy show, which will be happening in an hour's time. Massive thanks to you, Sara, but we'll see you back here in an hour.
I will see you back in an hour, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, with loads of stuff to cover. See you then.
Fabulous. See you then.